What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We're back with our one-to-one with Callum. Bit of better settings than last time with the Banduli Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? We're here, man. Callum from Coppish. You get me? I like the jumper, man. That's a nice little jumper.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah. We got my merch, man.
Come on, man. Nah, I love that, man. Make sure if you're a Liverpool fan, get it, man. You know what I'm saying to you, man. Big up to you, man. But yeah, how you doing, bro? Everything blessed?
Bro, I mean, I can't complain, man. We didn't even play and we're still sitting pretty and Champions League's all good. Bro, I'm a happy Liverpool fan. That's all I
can I can see, man. Fresh trim and that. I see you, man. You know the ones there. Yo, I see you, bro.
Life's good, bro. Life's good.
Nah, life's good, man. Life's good, but we have to start, man. You know what I mean? Normally, guys, we film this on a Thursday morning, yeah? But we've just filmed it tonight because we feel like it, bro. Like, and Pep Guardiola has lost another game, bro.
Again.
Another game. Like,
they've lost. I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it.
For it, man. Are you mad? Bring that. Obviously, bring it on Sunday, but I don't know whether my team's capable of doing it. But, bro, yo, it's one win in 10.
Is it 10?
Yeah, one win in 10, bro. They have lost 7 games, I believe it is.
One win in 10.
Yes, bro. I'll show you the defeats are mad, bro. I swear down, bro. They've lost literally, L, draw L, W, draw L.
Oh, man.
Bro, it is mad. Them man are bro. Today, I don't know if you see the game in that, but bro,
no, I've heard about it though.
I
heard it went great.
Edison, I mean, them man tried to talk to you about Alisson and that, but Edison, bro, he should have grabbed the first one. Second was straight at him. Okay, there's a bit of power in there, but bro, man, there's a reason why I can tell, man. Like there was Saudi links last year, and this year he wants to flirt around with Ortega, but bro, like. There ain't no Man City comeback, is there? Let's be honest.
I can't see it, bro. Not unless they do a madness in January. But even if they do a madness in January, they've got to integrate the players. The players have got because Pep's system ain't. It's not easy to learn either. It's not like a plug and play. It's not a USB. Like you've got to really get to grips with Pep's system. You see it like with Marcus Nunez. It's only now he's really starting to show how much of a quality footballer he is. Grealish, it took him a season before you started to see the best of Grealish. So. Them getting players in January doesn't necessarily mean that much. And I'm going to be real. It looks like he's starting to lose a couple of the senior players in the squad as well. So look, I'm smiling, bro, because they've caused me a lot. I know this is the first time Man United and Liverpool.
Even though we're not together because you Liverpool, but we're together in the pain of my
the pain that's been caused. So
I mean,
yeah, man, it's the first time I can look at a Man United fans and be like, yeah, you know what? There's a little bit of a
you know what I'm saying?
Going on, a little
man. Just for, you know what I mean? Like, when you got to do something, you know, like, bro, like, them man have been too good for the last, 4 or 5 years. Like, if you're not happy or joyous, no matter where your club's at Man City downfall, then I don't know what sort of person you are. Even if you're a United fan, we are 13th, we are rubbish. But, bro, seeing Man City lose this amount of games...
Glorious.
It's glorious. It's glorious. And ultimately, if I'm being truly honest with you, bro, like Grealish, no goals in the last 40 games.
Bro, I do this. I got the stats here because I was going through because I was doing a couple other shows about Liverpool's attack. Doku's got 3 goals, 3 assists this season. Grealish got no goals, 2 assists. Foden, 3 goals, 2 assists. Savinho, no goals, 4 assists. Bro, if I'm Haaland, I'm looking at it going, where's my backup dancers?
Yeah.
Where's my backup dancers?
Where's your backup dancers?
They're just sitting down on the ground. You remember Westlife? They used to sing and then when the last verse came on, they'll stand up and sing together. They're not even doing that.
No.
Bro, it's really Haaland's by himself on an island, bro. The rest of them aren't chipping in, and it's not good. It's not good at all.
Bro. And the maddest thing is today. They are now 22nd in the league table. They are literally got 8 points from 6 games. they got 2 more games, by the way. Yeah, there's 2 more games. If they lose to PSG, who need to win, by the way, at their ground, I'm sure it's at PSG's ground.
Yes, it is, because I think they've got Feyenoord is the other one, right?
No. I think it's Bruges.
Is it Bruges? They should win that.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda, mate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that one obviously will be at home. Let me just see right now. So PSG, yeah, will be away. Bruges will be at home. They're lucky, saving grace.
But if they lose against PSG but win against Bruges, and they still might not be all right though, right?
Yeah,
bro. How other results go.
Let's look at exactly. Let's look at the table quickly, right? So if we look at the table right now, so obviously Liverpool at top. Okay, come on.
Oh
well, yeah.
Come on.
And then look, they are 22nd here. Look, PSG need to win. They must win.
Yeah,
you get me? Win. So, bro, like the only problem is, right, these lot are not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's a problem, man. I don't see Jerome and all of these guys here winning their games, bro. They might have a saving grace, of just these guys not picking at any points in the last couple of games. But who knows? Like I said, you're leaving it in. It's not in your hands, basically.
Yeah, it's not.
Do you know what I mean? Like I said, Man City, 8 points from 6 games. They would have been out. And this is the beauty of this Champions League stage, because now you're starting to see why they've created this is because it actually brings a bit more chaos in here.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Savinho, no goals in 20. Doku today. Oh my God. Doku has got me one of the most overrated players.
I said this, bro. He's just this. He's just this. He's just that. Just that. Just a little shimmy and then no end product.
No end product,
No end product.
It's actually mad. Like, generally, bro. Like, and it's the thing, man. Yeah, like, people can be part of success, but not be the actual reason why you guys succeeded. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, let's be honest, man. Like, Grealish, he might have had a little bit of a run in the trouble season, cool. But that's it. Has he been the guy for Man City?
No,
De Bruyne has been the guy, but he's looking cooked.
Yeah.
Other men have been the guy, but has these guys been Savio? Have they done anything? You get me? Bernardo Silva's playing CDM with Gundogan.
Bro, they had Sterling, Mahrez, Sane,
Aguero.
Bro, their attacking prowess back in the day was crazy. But you look at their wingers, bro. Sterling used to chip him with bare goals. Sane used to chip him with bare assists. Mahrez was goals and assists. I rate Savinho. Doku I don't really rate. But Savinho's not contributing really. Doku's not really contributing. For the talent they've got, for the amount that they create, they're not doing enough. They're just not. And I don't know how Pep fixes this. His saving grace, because he's got so much credit in the bank, I don't think any City fans are going to call for his head. But I'll be honest, from a rival standpoint, that suits me better, because if Pep's going through this now and he stays, I can live with that. Whereas if they got a new manager bounce, and you get that fresh ideas and all that, and the fan base and everyone starts to galvanize again, it could lead to a little run. And while Pep's there, I think there's going to be disharmony. He's
staying there for another 2 years, though. You know what I mean? Like, he's still here for another 2 years. Like, they've got to do something mad in January.
Yeah.
They've got
the charges, bro. The charges 115 to 130.
30. Yeah.
We don't even know what's going on there. Can they even spend like that in January? Saeed, we could be all right for the next couple of years,
Listen, you might are definitely doing all right, But then again, you lose Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a whole other story. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, like, it's mad, bro. That you know what it is, but it just shows you, like, if you don't prepare, you're gonna fail, man. You are going to fail, man. No matter what. When you start losing all these players, like, you think they're not good enough, or the players that are coming through, they were meant to come through and take over. The likes of Lavio, like, all of these guys were meant to be taking over in the next year, but they didn't wait around. They said, you know what, man, I'm good enough to play elsewhere. I'm good enough. And now Pep, bro, he looked glum. You know what I mean? Like, they looked like, bro, they look finished, bro. The faces on them, they look disinterested. And like I said, bro, if we, I swear down, cannot beat or get a result against Man City,
that'd be huge,
bro. This could be a moment where it galvanizes Man City, or it actually galvanizes us. Like, generally, bro, it's like almost like the start of like this is your moment now. Amarin, you've come now. This is your moment to do. Can these players be brave? Can they actually say, you know what? They've got one clean sheet in the last 10 games. Can we go at them? Are we good enough? Like, do you believe we're good enough, Callum, to say, you know what? This Manchester derby, Man United, step up. You lot go out there.
The thing is, it's weird because even when Man City have been at the peak of their powers, you lot are still giving them problems at the Etihad.
I know we have.
Like, don't get me wrong. There's been an odd game where they've wiped the floor of you, like the 6-3 game when Haaland and Foden both got hat tricks. I think it was. But I remember the game where Pogba came and got the brace, and then Luke Shaw scored to make it 2-0. Like, you've got results at the Etihad, whereas Liverpool haven't. We don't really know what it's like to go to the Etihad and get a Premier League result. You guys do, and you've done that while they've been at the peak of their powers. They're a wounded animal now. If there's any time to go and kind of put the nail in the coffin, this weekend is it. And obviously, from a Liverpool standpoint, if you do that for us, we'll be really happy. Really happy.
Oh, man. Bro, I wish that this, just for one game, like, we might lose next week. I'll sacrifice literally like next week's result if it meant that we won this game. Like, we win this game. I just need to just say, you know what? We might be shit, but we won on this derby day, and we just cemented more misery on Manchester City. Because that one, I think, if anything would hurt, it's that one there. Like, I would see Bearman saying, yo, we lost to these lot. They're 13th, they're rubbish. What's going on? And that's where everyone starts pointing the blame and thinking, you man lost to these players. Boy, man, I can't believe it, man. I'm just struggling to understand how mad this season is, bro. Like, Chelsea are here. Man City are there. Arsenal still ticking over. You lot in phase one, whatever you want to call it. You man are flying, bro. And I got Arsenal saying that I'm not really happy with that Girona game. Bloody hell, man, you won.
Saeed, though, shall I be real with you? I love that mentality, you know. I love it. Yeah, I do. So, like, again, I love Klopp. Klopp's my favorite manager of all time. But there were times where I felt like Klopp was a little soft with the players. Arne Slot comes across, and again, I want to make it clear, it's very early for Slot. He hasn't won anything yet. I need to see what he looks like after a season, after 2-3 seasons. But you see the mentality of, I'm happy we got the result. 3 points is the main thing. But standards can't drop. That, for me, is what separates the good managers from the exceptional managers. And the moment you start to see sort of, what's the word? Complacency creeping. That's when things can really take a downward spiral. The fact that he's drilling that into the players while we're winning, because it's very easy to get annoyed and say and call out players when we're losing or drawing games, but when we're winning, that for me is when you can call out players and go, look, we won, but let's not let standards drop. This is where we want to be. We want to get to here now. Let's not try and dip. Let's really put our foot on the neck of the competition and go and strive for perfection. And I love that from Arne Slot. I do. And I think that rubs off on the players as well.
Bro, man. And you know what, man? I think for me, with you lot, it's just like you're playing the strongest team still in terms of every competition. If you reckon that's bare design, that you're not really like, your core of your team is still there every single game, like, is that by choice? Do you like that? Or do you still want to see a bit of change and a bit of freshness? Because really and truly, you could get burned out. I don't know. It's one of them where I see a lot. I was like, yo, are you lot still playing your first team, man? Like, against Girona, who, let's be honest, are not going to go through, and they're kind of, and you don't need to win every single game, but you man are doing it because I think you lot are rhythm. If you have a drop off, maybe that's where Ansel's like, oh man, then I can't pick them up again. Then I'll be questions will be asked. See what I mean?
I hear it. I think so. Part of it for me is by design. Part of it's been forced on us. So at the moment, we've got no Conor Bradley, so we can't rotate at right back. No Kanate, so centre back is either Joe Gomez or Kwanzaa, and then no Tsimikas, so it's only Robbo at left back. Alisson's only just come back, so Kelleher and him can start rotating now. In midfield, my biggest problem is we have no one to rotate with Gravenberch, no one in the team who can replicate his game at all. Obviously, McAllister was out suspended, so it had to be Jones in that instance. I do think Endo could have got a run out, but again, I don't think Slot really rates him like that.
Wow.
Up top, Chiesa ain't been available, so Salah's having to play all the games. And then Jota's been out injured, so Nunez has been having to play the game. So even though I do agree that Slot likes that rhythm and likes that continuity, I think he's also looked at the squad and gone, I can't really rotate too much without there being a major drop-off. So I think he's had to eat it with the injuries. Now some of the players are starting to come back like Alisson and Jota. Then I hope now to see a bit more rotation, because you're right. Last season we burnt out and it was really visible. I don't want us to do that this season, because I do think we're on a trajectory where we could really achieve something special this season. But I don't know if you want to speak about it, but like there are certain players where there are question marks still, like a Darwin Nunez, and so that is something he's going to have to address, and I'm interested to see how he deals with that.
The thing with Darwin Nunez is like there was so much kind of maybe promise in it, you know what I mean, in terms of Benfica scoring all them goals, but you know what it is? It's just for him, it's like it's just almost kind of like he's not a natural goal scorer, is he? He never ever will be. So it's like with Jota, you know, he's a gunman, isn't it? Give him a sniff, he'll score. With Darwin Nunez, he's just not that guy, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think he will ever will be, and ultimately he doesn't have confidence in himself, because sometimes he's like checking, you know, deactive his Instagram, then he's doing this, then he's doing that. Like it's difficult to keep, you know, to control a player like that, because he's so emotional and for the wrong reasons. Like as a striker, you've got to tame it. You've got to understand that, young man, it's gonna be ups and downs, bro. You got to ride the storm, bro. And he can't do that, bro. And he don't trust his ability as well. You know?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think you hit the nail on the head when you used the word emotional. I think he plays emotional.
Yeah.
As Liverpool and Man United fans, one thing we can agree on is we've seen our fair share of phenomenal strikers play for each club. You've had your Ruud van Nistelrooys, your Rooney's, your Andy Coles, Dwight Yorks. We've had our Robbie Fowlers, Owen, Suarez, Torres's. When you look at some of the greatest strikers, the one thing that separates them and makes them elite is they're able to slow the game down when they're in front of goal. They're able to take a breath. They're able to be calculated. They have that killer mentality that goes, I don't care who's in front of me in this goal. What you've left me one-on-one with the goalkeeper. You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the net ripple. He doesn't have that. And I think we as a fan base overhyped him when we signed him, because Man City signed Haaland at the time. You guys were linked with him, and we obviously beat you guys to his signature. So that was another feather in the cap. So we put him up on this pedestal without really letting him earn it. Like he had a song at Liverpool within the first couple of games, and I'm thinking it took Mane a couple seasons to get a song. It took Salah a season to get a song. We just almost opened the gates to him and said, "This is all yours. This is your paradise," and it hasn't quite worked out. Look, I'll sit here and I tell you, I don't think he's a crap footballer. I just don't think he's Liverpool standard. So I think he could go Spain or Italy and do a really good job, but he's not Liverpool quality if we're striving to win leagues and Champions Leagues. For me, we have to upgrade on him.
One person he definitely can't upgrade on is Mo Salah, man. I mean, what a season he's having, bro. Like every time I just flick on a game, it's Mo Salah scoring, bro. And what's his GA now? What is it now this season?
So his GA at the moment is 28 in 22 games. So here's the thing, bro. It's phenomenal, but when the other side of that is he's responsible for 75% of Liverpool's goals this season so far. It's not sustainable. So even though the other players have done their bit, like Gakpo's doing his bit, Diaz is doing his bit, we need the collective strike force to do their bit, because he's inevitably going to have a drop-off. It's impossible for him to maintain this level for a whole season. When he does have that drop-off, and the other's going to stand up and say, yeah, we'll take the burden now.
We'll take care of it, yeah.
That's my worry. But
Salah, right now, he's on my fantasy captain, and he's every week.
Well,
I can't lie.
Saving me every week.
Yeah, I have a stinker everywhere else, and then Mo Salah's got 28.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, as captain, and then it's like, yo, a respectable 60 points.
Yeah,
you know the ones there, bro. Like,
yeah, he's excellent, man.
You know, when you look at it, like when you put him in that, you know, when you look at his career right now, like, where do you reckon we can rank him in terms of like legacy wise? You know, and this is a very, very uncomfortable conversation. Like for me, like I look at certain players that I was growing up with, and I'm like, cool. But then now when you look at the new modern players, like he's up there, man. And the only thing that will hold him back, which again, people might say it's unfair, it's not fair, is the aesthetics of a footballer, natural baller. Yeah. You see what I mean? But in terms of goals, assists, machine, pound for pound, like, we go score today. I'm gonna score. I think if he wins the Premier League and maybe wins another cup, say now you won the double this year, God forbid. Oh my God. If you won the double this year, Champions League and the Premier League, that would almost kind of like give him that level there. You know what I mean? Because it's maybe one Premier League.
Yeah.
Enough, and obviously one Champions League, don't get me wrong, it's still good.
Yeah.
Get double of them.
So I may annoy the Liverpool fan base here, but I'm gonna speak my truth, even though it might be wrong.
Yeah.
So the conversations in the Liverpool community have been, where does he rank as a Liverpool legend of all time? For me, Gerrard's still number one in the Premier League era. Salah for me is now number two. And I'll be honest, if he wins a league and a Champions League, there's a major conversation to have with Steven Gerrard. Because obviously Gerrard never won a Premier League. Not in my opinion, not Gerrard's fault, but history is history, innit? He never won that Premier League. If Salah now wins a second Premier League and a second Champions League, there's a conversation to say he overtakes Gerrard. In terms of overall Premier League players, for me personally, I think Rooney and Henry sit at the top of the table. And I know everyone always says Henry. Again, it burns me to speak about an ex-Everton and an ex-Man United player like this. People really do sleep on what Wayne Rooney was, you know. Like, Wayne Rooney could score goals, he could assist. If Wayne Rooney was about in today's game, he's the most expensive striker in the world.
Bro, he'd be having fun right now, wouldn't
he? He'd be laughing at defenders. He'd be laughing at defenders.
Be laughing, bro.
So, like, if I'm not mistaken, he's your top goal scorer in history. He's England's top goal scorer, I think, in history.
I think Kane's overtaking him.
Is Kane overtaking him now? But he was at one stage. He's one of your most winningest players, one of the Premier League's most winningest players. For me, Henry and Rooney sit at the top of the table. I think Mo Salah, if he's able to achieve a Premier League and a Champions League, starts to have a conversation with those guys. I just don't know if he can overtake those guys overall. But he's at the table with them. I just don't know if he sits at the head of the table.
He's at the table, though, man.
Yeah.
He's at the table, bro. When you're at the table, man, yo, who's going to chat to you, man?
Yeah. No, in a Liverpool shirt, Steven Gerrard's the only one that talks to Salah. I don't like Suarez, but if he stayed for longer, then Suarez could have. But Suarez's Premier League legacy was only a couple of seasons. Salah's been doing this since 2017. We're in 2024 now. That's a 7 to 8 year stretch where he's been, as you said, a machine. I think you have to put some respect on that. Even the rival fans have to start going, yeah.
I respect.
I know you do. I
really do. But the only thing is, if I say I would have Eden Hazard in my team over Mo Salah, would you like be furious at that? Be honest.
No, I wouldn't be furious at it, but I disagree. But again, I know why people say that, because from an aesthetics point of view, Hazard is one of the most beautiful footballers we've seen in the Premier League era.
Yeah.
Mo Salah can look a little awkward. Sometimes when he's using his right foot, he can screw the ball a little bit. Sometimes on his left foot, he can snatch at chances. But I think when you're looking at consistency, no one really talks to him like that. Only Rooney and Henry, even your Lampards and your Gerrards, they talk to him. But from an attacking standpoint, consistency and what he's achieved in the Premier League era, in my opinion, which is the hardest era right now of the Premier League as a whole, I think he's been nothing short sensational. I would disagree and be like, Hazard took seasons off. And if you've taken seasons off, even though you might look pretty on the ball, that has to count for something. So for me, I've got Salah ahead of Hazard. If we're talking natural footballing ability, Hazard is above Salah, isn't it? But when you're talking about putting everything together, like, again, as Liverpool and Man United fans, we've seen it. People like Ravel Morrison have all the talent in the world, don't put it together.
Yeah,
people at Liverpool have had all the talent in the world, don't put it together. So when you have the talent and you merge that with the hard work, like a Cristiano Ronaldo, like a Salah, like a Rooney, like a Suarez, like a Gerrard, like a Roy Keane, then for me, those players will always sit higher than the ones who just have the talent and don't necessarily harness it too much.
Yeah. Speaking of a player that don't harness it enough is Marcus Rashford, bro. And Man United apparently looking to sell him for as little as 40 million. The latest reports. I mean, if there's one player that United have to cash in this summer, for me, it has to be Marcus Rashford. But like, do you believe he's cooked at the age of 27? Like, do you see anything, the legacy, like just in general potential wise, in terms of, I forget potential is 27, but just in terms of like going and seeing where he could go now? Like, is there anything for you, bro? Like, you know?
So it's gonna sound like I'm making excuses for him. I think Marcus Rashford hasn't evolved his game, partly because of him, but partly because of the inconsistencies in your managerial stuff. If you look at Trent, for example, when Trent came through, he's had Klopp from the age of 18 to the age of 25. Those are your core footballing years. Rashford's had Mourinho, Van Gaal, Solskjaer, Ragnick, Ten Hag, and now Amorim. That's 6 managers in his career. That's a lot of change. Plus all the media attention he gets. For me, I hate to see how he's treated by the media. But at the same time, on the football pitch, bro, I'm going to be real. I think Man United should have cashed in a few years ago. I think you've held on to that hope that he's going to kick on and become that star, real star for your team. And he just hasn't, which is a real shame because when he broke through, he had the world at his feet.
Yeah.
But I do think you've been way too generous with your time with him. And if you were a bit more cutthroat with him, it would have benefited Man United. It would have benefited him as the player as well. I think he needs a new lease of life. I think he does need to go to a new club. In an ideal world, he probably needs to leave the country and do what Sancho did and go to like a Dortmund or somewhere like that.
You know, have you ever had a player like that? Just you thought he was going to be that, and then he just never became that. Like, have you had like a?
We've had a few, bro. Harry Kewell, Naby Keita. Those are the 2 that really spring to mind. Darwin Nunez at the moment. I thought Nunez would be better than what he is. But we've been guilty of this as well, holding on to players for too long, and then it becomes a case of like you can't even really get resale value now. I struggle to think. I mean, I know it sounds crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal tried to take a punt on him,
bro.
I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like an Arsenal type of signing.
Take him, bro, because at the end of the day, what doesn't work for us, like we can't keep on to it. If Arsenal have him, that's it. I'm not really like, oh, but Rashford's gonna score against us. Like, it's what it is. Like, if they, and I don't think they're gonna go down that route anyway because of the wages. Purely that, because the wages are very, very high. And right now, I don't think he wants to leave. I think he wants to stay. He wants to earn his bread until whenever. Like, he's still, you know, he his eyes thinking, right, I'm only 27. I've still got 2-3 years left of me. I still give more. I still think for me right now, at this minute, you know, I want to stay here until possibly end of my contract because I want to earn that money. It's 300 grand a week, 350, whatever it is.
Money. Yeah.
Like, bro, it's a lot of money. We as guys, we can't just say, oh yeah, but it's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, it is. For the lack of performances. I think the problem he's got now is given the system that Amorim plays, the 3-4-2-1. I don't think there's a natural position for him in the team because he's not a wing back. He's not one of the 2 10s, and I don't think he's a striker either. So I don't know how he fits into the team.
He's finished. He's finished. That's what I'm saying.
He's not. Yeah, because he's not one of those players that can fit into any of those positions. You have to cash in on him. If you don't, it's going to be a detriment to him and the club.
Damn, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But we'll have to see because I just think for me, yeah, man, he's had his time. He's had his moment. He's had everything at his feet. You can play left wing every year, bro. Not many times where he's been displaced out of the team. Yeah. Like, you know, let's be honest. There's not many times where he's been, apart from maybe Ralph Ragnick. That was the only time where he was literally out of the team. So let's see. But listen, people, it's been a crazy episode, people. Make sure you like the video on your way out. And Callum, man, thanks for coming on, man. Let them know where they can find you. Everything. Can see right there, Coppish.
Yeah, so you can find me on Team Coppish on YouTube, also the Sanderson Show for MMA and combat content as well. And again, bro, I say this all the time. people, make sure you support Saeed, man. One of the best in the game.
Come on.
Doing amazing stuff. And I always say this, bro, I'm honored and appreciative to do this show with you, bro. So thank you, man.
Come on, my bro. Love for that, man. Big up to you, man. Love for everyone who's joined in right now. Please smash a like on the way out. And we'll see you next week, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Top of the league, baby.